How well do you know John Gruden as a coach?
I know John a little bit. Knew him a little bit when he was still coaching, and obviously he did some of our games when he was an announcer. Spent some time with him there, but know him fairly well.
What is it about his offense that's difficult to play for?
Well, he's always had a lot of offense. You know, he runs all the personnel groups. I think John's a guy that never saw a play he didn't like. So he goes into a game with a lot of plays, a lot of personnel groups, and they always have a good bit of offense to defend.
How difficult is it to plan for Antonio Brown, especially when you haven't seen him with his new team yet?
Well, it's difficult in that regard. You know, we have no video, nobody does, of him in a Raiders uniform in a game. So, you know, that's an issue. But, you know, he's going to line up in one of those receiver spots. So we're practicing and expecting him to be anywhere.
What makes him such a tough matchup?
Well, he's really quick and he's really fast. He gets to his high speed very fast, quicker than most. He's very elusive. He's a good runner after the catch, and he's a very competitive guy. So, you know, there's nothing easy about defending him.
Vic, the Raiders training camp was featured on national television. Do you guys glean anything from Hard Knocks? Do you watch it? Is there anything you can grab from that?
I'm always of the mode that, because, you know, they get to edit everything that goes out there, that if it looks like you're getting a crumb, that maybe they're planning the trap, you know. So I don't put a lot into it.
You said offensive linemen, the backups typically have to play multiple positions. You got Elijah as a backup at 3. How difficult is that to be able to switch from those?
3, oh, you're counting both tackles? Well, then how come you didn't count both guards? That's 4.
Is he a backup at both guards?
Yeah.
How
Yep.
difficult is that?
It's difficult. It's difficult, but, you know, I think most every team in the NFL dresses 7 guys per game. Occasionally you might see an 8th one in there. So there's guys on every team that has to know 2 or 3 spots, you know. And when you say 2 or 3, you're counting both sides usually. So, yeah, he's valuable because of that, but every team has to be able to do that.
What do you see from your offensive line in camp? Not so much just the games, but makes you think they're going to be effective run blocking?
Well, I think they've worked well together over time, you know, starting in April when we got with these guys all the way through to now. I think they've worked well together. I think Mike and the 2 coaches working with him have done a great job in bringing these guys along. But, you know, they got to go out and do it in a real game now. And we'll see who can do that.
Coach, why did you decide not to have season-long captains?
Well, I just think everybody's got the license to become a leader on the team. You don't need to be appointed. And I think leadership is something that somebody takes, it's not granted to them, whether it be by a coaching staff or a vote. You know, you take it. You don't get proclaimed that.
Coach, you only have 14 padded practices, you know, but league rules. So have you already mapped out for the year, or we just kind of go week over week? In terms of when you're going to be in pad?
Yeah, we'll be in pads today, and probably once a week, not counting this week. You know, you can do 2 practice twice in a pads 1 week in the first 11 weeks, and the rest of it one day a week, and then I think 2 in the last 5.
How much will you allow yourself to enjoy the moment of stepping on the field for the first time as a head coach after all of these years?
I'm not real good at enjoying the moment. It's a fault of mine. So, I don't know. I'll enjoy if we win.
Being around Flacco, the way he works on the field behind the scenes, does he remind you of any of the other quarterbacks that you've been associated with?
Gosh, you'd have to give me some time to think about that list. But, you know, Joe's got his own personality. He's quietly confident, quietly works hard. He's not an up and down guy emotionally, and I think that's a strength of his.
Any change on Todd Davis's status?
No, still, you know, we'll come out with the injury report, but he's still questionable.
Nick, when you looked at your offense when the preseason was over, how did you decide between, okay, we weren't game planning and that needs to be better? How did you walk that line?
You mean different phases of the game,
or just offense?
offensively?
Red zone.
Yeah, I know we had the struggles there, early when the first group offense was working. Well, it's not like we had a bunch of opportunities. I don't think one or two qualifies as an epidemic. It is something to be aware of. I'm not promising that we've got it fixed, but what I am saying is I don't know that it's an epidemic yet. We'll see.
Coach, what kind of role do you anticipate for Corey Nelson?
For who?
For Corey.
Corey's we're throwing him right in there. He's having to learn the system in all of our packages, and we'll see where he's at. These next 2 days of practice, will tell us exactly what he's capable of mentally.
With those new arrivals like Corey, Duke, Dawson, those guys, do you have them meet with their position coaches extra to get it going?
Yes, yeah, they've been here a lot since they've been here.
Does Joe's even keelness matter more for an offense that has a lot of young guys, especially when you go on the road?
It could be. I mean, it's all what your flavor of ice cream is. Do you like to see a guy out there that's yelling and screaming and snot's coming out of their nose, or do you like to see a calm guy that you might want to see more? So it's all what you like.
Time for a few more for the coach?
How important is a lead for your pass rush? Because up front you look strong, but it feels like if the game gets out, it takes Vaughn out or Chubb out, because the score can dictate how impactful they can be at times.
Yeah, I mean, I think all 32 teams would answer that question the same way. You'd like to play with a lead. I don't know what else to say, but yeah.
Change how you can call your defense?
It depends on the amount of the lead, and time of the game. 7-point or 3-point lead in the second quarter is a whole lot different than a 7 or 3-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the game.
Last one, Nikki.
Is Chris Harris's role in your system much different from the role he had in past years here?
It probably isn't, from where you're going to see him line up and all that. We're playing different things than he's been used to playing, different coverages and responsibilities. But where you're going to, with your eyes, see him where he lines up, it's going to be very similar.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.